Y'all, listen. I don't even know why I'm smiling. I know why I'm smiling. I'm smiling because I literally am just like, what? Are you serious right now? Like, I want to go off on this dude so bad. Listen, Bilaal, what you doing, son? I'm trying to figure out what you're doing. Listen, I don't like Will and Jada. Actually, I'm not going to say that. I don't have anything against them, but they just never been my cup of tea. Neither one of them, separately or together, right? I think, let me say great things, right? Talent. We know the talent is there, right? The only thing that seemed to intrigue me about those two is how they named the children, right? And the children, the girl looks like Will and the boy looks like Jada, and they named them as such. I thought that was so cool. And it really stood out to me because it just wasn't by happenstance. Now, let's move right along. We all have opinions about their lives, their marriage, and what we know about it, right? Yeah, of course we do. And, you know, it's terrible that Jada is running around here and has been for quite some time. Even on camera, you know, filming Will, and he has something to say about it. Like, don't just randomly film me because this is what I do. This is my life. You can understand that. You can respect that. However, we've been seeing that Jada, for some reason, she just want to come out here and do what she's doing. Listen, you can be with people for a long time, but you can't. I mean, one day they might just start going through something. Okay, and then they might start going through something else. And all of that might elevate. Listen, I don't know. But guess what? At the end of the day, no, we can have our opinions as people who don't know them. But at the end of the day, that's their business, right? And they the ones got to deal with it. Okay, cool. It's one thing when you have your opinion as people on the outside looking in. Let me, because I'm tired of leaning forward. But, okay, to be somebody who you claim to have been one of their friends for 40 years and to come out here and do what you're doing. Listen, I watched this dude interview on Tasha K. And I just watched him on Comedy Hype. And let me tell you something, sir. You foul for what you're doing. Okay? You foul for what you're doing. Foul as heck. And to be honest with you, Tasha K wasn't feeling you. She was about to go to sleep on you. Okay? I know she was internally tripping off of your ego. I mean, classless. And then you're going to, you know, use Islam, the Nation of Islam, you Islam, and you vegan? Well, just to be clear, we do understand that vegan does not necessarily mean healthy. Don't we? Mm-hmm. Sugar can be considered vegan, and so can cakes and starches and all kind of stuff, right? Yeah, but I think it's odd for you to say that your ex-friend, the one that's supposed to be your friend for close to 40 years, is not loving himself right now. And when we look at you and we look at the flashbacks of you, I'm trying to figure out, you loving yourself? Are you loving yourself? I'm just no. This dude want to come out here and say that he been Will Smith's friend for close to 40 years. And he is on here talking about this man's wife like a dog. Talking about Will too. And putting their dirty little secrets out here. And then I'm like, what's it all for? Did you go through something like Cassie? Because we understand her suit. Okay, we understand her 35. We get it. We know exactly why that was done. And we feel like she's justified for doing so. Okay. I haven't heard anything that you went through That was so traumatic. Because you didn't make no pit stop at the police station. No, you didn't. You on tour, and you think you're going to go to Saudi Arabia, and you're going to take this huge following with you, and you're going to be this missionary, and you're going to do this and that and the third. Boy, you ain't nothing but a damn snake slithering on your belly. Listen, boys and girls. What this guy is doing and what he has done is not okay. It's not okay. All we have heard basically is that he claims that these two are hurting people, and they probably are in a lot of ways. When you are of that status, there'd be a lot going on, right? Yeah, okay. But unless he is saving somebody, unless he's literally saving somebody, like they got somebody tied up in a dungeon right now, in which you should be going to the police. But unless you are literally saving somebody, I'm sorry, but there's no. It's a no. It's a no. You think you look holy, you don't. You actually think you look good. And first of all, I'm going to tell you what you look like. You look like you're jealous of Will. Okay? You might be even more jealous of Jada than you are of Will. Yeah. You want Jada's spot? Is that it? Listen, that whatever that is, you need to handle that between you and Will. Sir, you are foul. Now, I noticed on Comedy Hype, he's saying he getting out of this business and blah, blah, blah. He going to Saudi Arabia. But on Tasha K, you was talking about, and which Tasha K's video was what, after that one? Or did they record it and air it separately? Let me know. Because you was on Tasha K saying you top dog celebrity. Listen, ain't no celebrity messing with you. Okay? Ain't no celebrity messing with you ever for any reason after what you have done. You're not fooling me. You're not fooling nobody. Nobody dealing with you. Sir, Dr. John Henry Clark says, you have no friends. My brothers and sisters, this boy, this big, woohoo, Pillsbury Doughboy, you know, the one that was about to bust out his, what was that, Versace shirt on Tasha K. And he was about to bust out the jeans too. He couldn't even lean in good enough to get Tasha K dap because of all this. And you got the nerve to sit up here and tell us that you feel like Will Smith ain't loving himself. Bro, you're not loving yourself because you are morbidly obese. Let's start there. I'm just trying to help you understand how you looking right now. Okay, you supposed to be this dude's friend for 40 years, and because you don't approve of how he's living his life, you gonna come on here and just tell all his business and this. And look, I was gonna be, and I'm still being nice. I promise you I'm being nice, okay? But I was just gonna let this rock. I already said something before, right? Y'all, I said a little something. I said, I'm not gonna say nothing else. And then that video popped up. And I see he did another interview. So you sitting up there in front of Tasha K telling her how you gonna be doing other interviews and other interviews. First of all, you rude and you corny. And she like, he really trying to play my face, but it's all good. Let's just focus on where we at right here, right now, you know? Like, boy, you just can't help yourself. You just can't. He reminds me of Carlissa, Blueface's mama, okay? Despicable, disgusting, and I would love to go in on her, but I'm not, because I'm going to go too far. I'm going to go too far. I'm going to go too far. Okay? Hey, let them have it. But, girl, you trash. Okay? And then some. And you need to stop and sit your ass down somewhere. Okay? Get some help. Now, you Bilaal. Same thing. same thing. Same, sir. Sir, there is nothing cool about you. Okay? You really thought that you look cool on Comedy Hype? You really think you speaking some knowledge? You really think that people really look at you and see positivity or somebody who has something good to give? Boy, you ain't got nothing to give to nobody. You doing good by going to Saudi Arabia. I guess you feel like you racking up your bag to take with you so you can live forever. Boy, let me tell you something. You just came on here. And not just one interview, but a whole bunch of interviews. And I'm going to get to the book. But you ratted out. I don't even want to call it ratting out. I want to call it dogging out. Someone who you said was your best friend for 38 to 40. I don't know. The numbers keep changing. So I'm just going to give you an even 40. And you talked about his wife like a dog. Okay. And you told things that a lot of people may not have known. And you confirmed things that a lot of people believed anyway, right? Regardless of our opinions, celebrity sex lives is actually none of our business. And you know, you claim to be holy. But that's a whole marriage you're doing this to. Whole marriage. You undermining this dude and his wife and his judgments for himself. And whatever it is that he and her are supposed to go through separately and together. Because you not happy. Because Will didn't, what you say, he didn't take up for you? He didn't come through for you? He didn't come through you. I mean, just the audacity, like, this society is getting way out of control. Like, not even gone a long time ago. And sir, you, okay, Soldier Boy, you are insane if you think that you are remotely okay. Listen, these YouTube channels are going to do what they do. They going to interview. They going to get the tea. They going to get the gossip. Tasha K, Will is, and Jada is just one of the many people she been coming for years. So all of the stuff that Tasha know is likely more than what we know, right? So I can't even really, I can understand her interviewing you, although it was, Tasha can't even look too good to be sitting there interviewing you. We know who she is. She the gossip girl. She the one to put it out there, you know, and that's who she is. We understand that. But you supposed to have been Will Smith's friend. And I'm just sitting there looking at you, looking at Tasha, and looking at the whole situation, and looking at what you dare to talk about, what's coming out of your mouth. And I'm like, Tasha, you got dressed up for this? Everything was perfect. The dress, the fit, the color, the hair, the makeup, the lighting. I mean, sis look good. And then she's sitting across from you. And you doing this to the most beloved actor. Okay, he's nowhere near my favorite, although I think he has a lot of talent and skills when it comes to acting. Okay, Enemy of the State and Hancock has got to be, hands down, my favorites by him. Rap, But, you know, he's an acquired taste. But he's an acquired taste for a lot of people. A lot of people love Will Smith. Look, I came to get a package out of the locker, y'all. I had to do it. I don't want nobody to say nothing. It's just mind-boggling. And you going on a tour. These people don't care. So, I look at this dude, Comedy Hype, and I'm like, Will was a comedian, or I don't know if he still considers himself a comedian, if he does any stand-up or whatever, but Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that was comedic, right? He came out as pretty much a actor / comedian rapper, right? He does a lot, right? But comedian, yes. So Comedy Hype, isn't that supposed to be a channel where they give like comedy news? It seemed like everything, every genre, every subject, the focus is on the gossip and the negative. That's just where we at now. That is so weird, because I'm like, Comedy Hype. And then I'm thinking it's a 5 to 10 minute interview. Y'all are on there for 40-something minutes, and this dude is literally, okay, I'm looking at this brother, the chocolate brother too, sitting here having a serious interview with this guy about another whole man that the dude interviewing him don't even know any more than we really know, right? He interviewing him about his whole business. Personal business, intimate business, household business. Really trying to get the scoop on another man's business. And you got a jealous ex-friend sitting across from you trying to speculate about decisions that these people are making in their lives. I can't even imagine what Will Smith is thinking sitting back looking at this. I can't even imagine. This dude, boy, you're going to have to get a new identity. You're going to have to be getting ready to cash in on your trust fund, and I believe you're a little too old for that. So what you going to do, boss? Because you think you getting paid like that? Remember when you brought up Eddie Murphy in that situation and how back then they used to pay? Son, you went on Tasha K for free and flew yourself out there from overseas. That's just how desperate you are to gossip on your ex best friend, according to you, and talk down on his wife. Boy, let me tell you something. Where I come from, that's not okay. All right, it's not okay. I don't care how. Listen, I don't care how my old man feel about his friends feel about me and what we got going on. And it's not uncommon, right, for at least one of the boys to feel some kind of way, because the woman does come in there and change things, don't she? But there's no way, I say no way in the bloody pit of Hades, that they gonna hop on social media and do what you just did. It's not even thought of. Guess what you do? You don't like it, you don't approve, you step. You step. If a grown man makes a choice for himself, I don't care if y'all been friends since kindergarten, that is the choice that he made for himself, and you don't respect it, then you move along and you allow him to live his life. Okay? Allow him to live his life. Not come on social freaking media and show sir, there's a whole lot I want to say, but let me tell y'all something. That shit ain't cool and it ain't cute. Everything is being made to be just like this is the thing to do. No, a lot of this stuff y'all seeing out here is not the thing to do. And I'm here to tell you that shit is whack and it's corny. Don't get caught up so fast because there's so much going on, okay? He is not here to vindicate Lisa Ray. He is not here to vindicate Tisha Campbell. They said whatever they wanted to say about their situation, okay? We either believed them or we didn't. Guess what? Most of us did, or we was at least scratching our heads saying, you know, to telling the truth. But guess what? These are all marriages. These are all grown folks' relationships. And until we find out somebody is stuck in a basement, or do you know where their bodies are buried? Listen, this guy, this is the thing that made me... Oh my God. I feel like the Wayans brothers' sister right now in the window. Okay? I swear. With the robe and everything. Listen, y'all. This fool said, in case y'all don't know. Okay? In case you don't know. He said when you go by his book, there's going to be a QR code on each page. This is a guy. This is a big, fat, ugly, balding up at the top, obese dude who say he was Will Smith's friend for like 40 years. And if he wasn't doing this, a lot of us wouldn't even have known who he was, right? Clearly, he wasn't a worthy friend. But let me tell you about the QR code. There's a QR code on each page. So says Buffalo Butt, Bilaal. And when you take a picture of the QR code and you follow the yellow brick road, it's gonna take you to evidence. That's what this man said. Evidence. He said pictures and like everything that's on that page, he gonna have the evidence for it. Is your mother still living? Is your father still living? Are your children still living? Okay? Because Will and Jada, did they kill one of your parents? Did Will sleep with your daughter? I mean, maybe Jada ravished your son. And when you confronted them, they was like, man, I do what I want. And so you was just like, okay, it's on. I mean, give me something. Give me something. They ate your first grandchild. That's, boy, I do anything on that one. So, I mean, I feel you, but you didn't say that. You didn't say that. So, what is it again? Because this dude said, Will disappointing him. He's disappointing. He's not the guy he should be. He didn't come through for him. He wasn't as much of a friend to him as he... Listen, do you understand something about life? Okay? We can start out with whomever. Even somebody you're in a relationship with or married to. But as you move along in life, your assignments might change. Your levels might change. And that person may no longer be in alignment with the path you need to take. You may meet up again later or maybe not. But one thing we do know, although you like to brag on yourself for being such a wonderful assistant, I beg to differ. Because if you were, you would not be doing what you're doing right now. And to make it so bad, you a friend and an assistant. You would never be doing what you're doing right now. There is absolutely no justification that you have given us, and you have to give us justification for something to the magnitude of what you're doing. And you haven't given it. You don't have it. You're a scum. You are trash. Okay? You've been secretly coveting. I don't care. The word, you know it. Is it in the Quran? What about gluttony and obesity? Is that in the Quran? You've been coveting. You've been coveted. You coveted this man and his family, his life. He said he can't stand Jada. The only conclusion I got is that he like Will, because somebody in the comments said, and I'm not going to say I said it, but somebody in the comments said on the comedy hype that you looking flaming in that video. And I had to look up because I mostly listen to videos. I don't watch them. And I said, oh. Will trusted you enough to not give you an NDA from the jump. I don't care. Listen, this is what makes, listen, y'all. I every time I think I come to something, it's just this right here. It's this right here. I don't care how long we've been friends. We could have been twins that came out the womb. Money, greed, jealousy, envy, the devil, just whatever, has the tendency to be able to creep up on people next to you. Okay, it happened to us, and we ain't no Will and Jada, right? So imagine as you begin to grow and blow, and over all these years, he's still just obese ass, ugly ass Bilaal, right? Once we decide that you're going to be around enough to get it and see our business, you sign it because everybody signs. You're signing a NDA because everybody signs. This dude did not make you sign an NDA. And then when you saw something that your nosy fat ass wasn't supposed to be seeing, because how big is a trailer? How big is a dressing room trailer for a sitcom? How big is it? You mean to tell me you went looking for Will and you decided... Hold on. My phone stopped. Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say. Not only was you going to find Will in Duane's trailer, but he also was in there, especially if the door was locked. So if the door was locked, Will had to be in Duane's trailer for lunch. So you had to use the key to get into Duane's trailer because you were looking for Will. You couldn't knock on the door. And if you knocked on the door and didn't hear anything, you didn't say you came and you turned the key because what if something happens? What if Duane is in here? He's not answering. Something happened. That's not what you said, bro. I think you knew already what was going on and you knew what you were going to find. And then as you told the story that you saw and you stood there and you froze and you claim you was traumatized, but I can't tell because you're talking about it. But you said you eventually said, oh, shit, right? Did you say that? Nothing to Allah, nothing like that. You say nothing like that. You said, oh, shit. You can call on Allah. Because you wanted them to know that you were standing there. So that confrontation you had between you and Will and that NDA, you was waiting for that moment. And you left. Now, what kind of friend is you? What kind of friend is you? You talking about Jada? She wanted you to buy this and buy that. So now ain't you trying to throw everybody that worked for them under the bus because you claiming that they doing this and doing that? Like you throwing all these people under the bus for what? A lot of people got dirt in life. So do you, fat ass. That don't mean everybody around them that knows what they got going on. Can you imagine if the whole world did that? Can you imagine if the whole world did that? Because that's how you solve it. That's how you work it out. That's how you fix it. Right? You've been with this dude and this woman this long, participating and seeing everything going on. And you was okay with it until you got fed up. Until you felt like you just was never going to get whatever you thought you was going to get. I guess you was going to be his I don't know. What do you call it? Because you try to act like you didn't understand how to express a transgender. But somehow I doubt that. Okay. I doubt that. You told a lot of people business. And you know, Will and Jada's like, I don't know, somebody said in the comments they like the top celebrity couple right now. Isn't Will the top male actor? People been saying that for years. I mean, I don't know. Because he never was on my radar. But a lot of people love Will. There's going to be no repercussions for what you're doing, right? None whatsoever. And you're going to be good. You're going to be successful. And Allah going to bless you. Because Allah tells you that this is the way for you to handle whatever disappointments you have with Will and Jada. To come out here and do several interviews like a little chatty patty little girl, right? And then do a book where you got a QR code, my brother. A QR code that leads to evidence to prove what you're saying. Because Will need to change his ways. He need to get rid of Jada. Well, we gonna see. We're gonna see if he gonna get rid of Jada. Do you really think that if Will hadn't got rid of Jada in all this time with all that's been going on, and no matter what you have said and probably have done, you think that he's gonna get rid of Jada now because you did this? If anything, you might have just basically pushed Will to the point to where he said, depending on how him and, let's say what he said about him and Duane is real, right? They both might just be like, okay, and because I'm pretty sure they're saying that now. You know? Regardless of whatever somebody's wives went through because of that, and if it was adultery, if it was wrong, what you doing is a sin too. Okay, first of all, sir, I'm gonna tell you where you need to start. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Where you need to start is you need to get with Allah, okay, and worry about your own heart, okay, because something wrong with your heart. And I mean also a cardiologist, because it's not ever good on the heart to carry all that you're carrying. And I'm not just talking about your weight. I'm talking about all that you're carrying, but you know, the weight, yeah, that's a lot on your body, and you've been doing it for a long time. You've been doing it for a long time. And I know, because I am not a small chick and I lift weights, right? So when I allow myself to get big, like now, right? Because I just want to blow up certain parts of my body, because it's fun to sculpt your body and do this and do that. Yeah, but if I go past a certain weight, it's a lot. I got to drop back down. I don't even see how you can carry around all of that, and it's mostly fat. You have a larger body fat percentage than I do, and I'm a woman. You know good and hell well you ain't happy. You miserable. Okay, your arteries are probably clogged up, but your heart definitely is clogged up if you've been with this dude for this long and you claim to care about him. And you coming over here. All right. And we don't suspect Will of no murder. We not looking for no missing people over there. He ain't even got the tabloids that T.I. and Tiny had. Okay. Even if, and I'm going to say this, even if all that was going on, unless somebody is in imminent danger, sir, I just even I'm having a hard time justifying it even then. I can't even sit up here and believe that you think, and just because people is interviewing you, okay? I come on this bitch naked before I don't come on here at all to say that you are out your damn mind if you think that what you're doing is cool. It's not. And I can't, first of all, I can't stand Jada. I already never really did like her, but I just don't like what she doing at all. Regardless of whatever kind of arrangements they had, she should have been, for some reason, clearly she don't want to be as discreet as whatever. But that's whatever she going through. That's whatever they going through. At the end of the day, that's they shit. Okay? If anything, we got to just look at that and be like, okay, don't ever do that. Like, don't ever do that. They not even divorced. And she on here doing all of this talking as if that's her ex-husband and I'm just going to grind and grind and grind. I mean, so everybody's talking about Jada. We don't like her. And some of us don't even care about not liking her. It's about not liking what she doing. And a lot of people have their opinions about what Jada doing. And a lot of people have their speculations about what the hell been going on. But none of us know nothing more than what we hear and what we see from this outside. Boy, you in the inside. That means you don't talk. I mean, you don't talk. Y'all fall out, and you go your way. You go your way. Just because that's why you cannot have nobody around you. Because of people like you. And it's not even just people like you. The ones you love most can turn into people like you because everybody got their own mindset. Everybody got their own feelings. Everybody got their own stages they go through and demons they took in. And sir, you can't tell me you're not full of fucking with parasites. You can't tell me you're not full of parasites. Your whole middle system alone tells me that you ain't flushing out like you need to. And you're supposed to be a Muslim. When the last time you fast? How long did you fast? And how successful was your fast? I'm talking about really fast. I'm talking about truly fast because I don't see the evidence. I don't see the evidence and I'm dead serious. And you know I'm telling the truth on you. You know I'm telling the truth. You full of so much stuff that you need to get rid of. But it's unfortunate that we probably instead gonna find you somewhere. We're probably gonna find you somewhere. This didn't have the effect that you wanted it to have. There's gonna be a few people to buy your little crack ass, raggedy ass book. That's just life. There's too many people on this planet to say nobody's gonna buy the book. Oh, plenty of people gonna buy your little book. Right? And Comedy Hype probably gave you a couple of dollars. And somebody else might give you a couple of dollars. You another Keefy D. A pitiful, insecure ass nigga who don't know how to keep their mouth shut. Right? Want to try to make somebody else pay for the way your life did not turn out. The way your life didn't turn out. I could break down so much of what this dude was saying. Like when he talked about how Will had him in a book. Now, I noticed when he said about that on Tasha K, I noticed how she went and showed the scene while he was talking. Did you catch that? Listen, you didn't fool Tasha K at all. Notice how she showed the scene. Okay? And remember what Will was saying when he talked about putting him in the book. And he talked about his journey and how he lost 150 pounds. And I remember this dude saying in another scene about he was around all the wrong people and he was eating wrong and stuff. And now, if you got a problem to where you may consume foods that you're not supposed to, or too much of stuff. And that happens for a lot of people, especially if your ass is overweight, and especially if you loaded with parasites, because the parasites gonna control you, baby. And you know you got them. I see them. I see them crawling all through you. I see it. I see it. Now, he said he was eating because I was about to say because of the parasites, which is true. But he claimed it was the environment he was in, being with them. That's kind of like saying I got a crack problem, right? So I may not want to go to your crack parties because I'm going to smoke crack. You understand what I'm saying? But because he got a food problem. Okay, because he don't love himself right now. Like he said about Will. He want to blame them for the fact that they have foods around that he might be tempted to. Instead of taking his ass home, taking time off, fasting, and getting with Allah. And guess what? Allah may say to you, that's not the environment for you. Your journey is different and it's going to require you to be away. And that's cool. Do that. Right? Do that. But whatever choices you make in life are your choices. Just because an environment isn't conducive to you and your plans, your journey, that don't mean that it's the people's fault for providing that environment. That's the environment they in. That's the environment they wanted to provide at the time. It's not all about you. You could just remove yourself. If at any time what was going on in the world of Will and Jada Smith, you could have just removed yourself and took your black ass on. But no, you didn't. You had to come on here and do what you're doing. You had to come on here and show the world who you are. Because guess what? Will wasn't going to say nothing bad about you. You know that. Jada wasn't going to say, Jada ain't thinking about you. She not going to bring your ass up. So you could have left with whatever legacy you wanted to leave as far as you and Will Smith relationship. But you could have played off that. You could have wrote and put him in the book. And you say, Will asked you, could he put you in his book? And you claim you didn't want to be in the book. But then you was smiling because you said, oh, I got to help him write the book. And everybody was mad and jealous because they got to help him. You people was jealous of you and Will a lot, huh? Because you was liking Will. You liked him. Probably was in love with him. You sound like you're in love with him. And you wanted him to be yours. And you hate the fact that Duane Martin got him. You hate the fact that he was doing all these things for Duane Martin. And he didn't do all of that for you. Not in the same way. And you were pissed that he had you say, spying on his lover boy. Right? So you knew what they was doing on lunchtime and you wanted to catch them. And you refuse to sign an NDA so you can do exactly what you want right now. You are crazy if you think that after seeing something like that, it's not reasonable to ask you to sign an NDA. Well, he would have been a fool not to, but I'm not going to say he was a fool for never having you sign, because that is what I would say. But everything happens for a reason, Bo. See, sometimes when you think your arrogant ass is here for a purpose, what you may eventually find out is those people actually were the ones being used for you. You think you're the only one to be used? You think just because you don't like or approve of what is happening with someone at any given moment that they are not being used for certain things? You being used. Because what you're doing right now is everybody sees you, bro. Okay? And they have something they can take away from that. And I'm going to tell you what I take away from it. First of all, you ain't shit. Okay? You ain't shit. And you probably don't shit. But it's not cool. That's just all it is. Ain't nothing jivey about what you're doing. or whatever. I don't know what class of cool you think you in, because you actually think you a cool cat. That's the craziest shit in the world. You really think you're a cool cat. Even if you may have had a little personality or swag, it just, you're doing too much of this on yourself. You're doing too much trying to sell yourself. And you keep claiming everybody loves you and everybody fuck with you and everybody da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you doing it. Listen, sir, you got nothing. There is no way nobody fucking with you after this. If somebody want to fuck with you, bro, you better turn the other way. I'm just going to tell you that straight out, because you don't see, you in your fantasy land, your fantasy head. All right. And you looking for 2 minutes and you ain't even getting 2 seconds. But I'm telling you, if somebody want to deal with you, I suggest you run. I suggest you run, because they might be coming to do your ass in, but they not coming to truly rock with you. Nobody will fuck with you. Nobody. 40 years. 40 years. 40 years. 40 years. That's just it. 40 years. 40 years. And you think you supposed to come on here and do this dude like this just because you not happy. Boy, bye.